Hi, welcome to Iggy's Toy Parade and Soldier Review. This is your host, Iggy. Yay. Thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a special video in that it's my 300th video. Yay! Okay. Yeah, I can't believe it's been 300 videos now, but here we are at number 300. Do you guys remember that movie from 1962 starring Richard Egan called The 300? When I was a boy, I loved that movie. The modern comic book version of the movie was, I don't know, not my cup of tea, so to speak. But the one back in 1962, I really liked that. So if you haven't seen it, I recommend that you look that one up. It's dated, of course, because it's 1962. But look what I've got for you. This is the very last of the Star Wars loot, or excuse me, the Christmas loot. And it's a Star Wars AT-AT Walker. And this is pretty cool. I gotta say, I really like this a lot, and I'll tell you why. It's got some features that the original AT-AT by Kenner made for their 2 1/4 inch figures, or 2.5 inch figures, 2 3/4. I'm not sure how big they are now, but you know, the one that stands about this tall. Uh, this one is quite different in that it's articulated very well. The legs are ratcheted. In fact, when you move a leg, it sounds like a ratchet wrench. Ratchet. I used to work with a lady. She's from New York, and she couldn't say my name, Richard. Ratchet. And everyone at the store where I worked thought she was calling me rat shit. And so you can guess what happened next. Everyone started calling me, you guessed it, rat shit. And she would always go, Ratchet, you're such a sweetie. Her name was Audrey. I got to admit, I kind of miss her. She was a character. Everyone that she worked with complained about her and said they didn't want to be around her anymore. I was the only one who worked with her. Maybe I like being called Ratchet. I don't know. If the shoe fits, as they say. Well, this is the packaging for it. And I thought we'd start with this because it talks a lot about the features, like the interior lights. That looks like an actual room, doesn't it? And the command section of the AT-AT command console has this red light in the front. And also, when you fire the guns, the chin guns, that's what I call these here, they light up red. And there's an interior to the AT-AT itself, which fits 4 speeder bikes, which you can see here. And you can fit 10 Hoth stormtroopers in this compartment. They have little chairs in this compartment here. And I'll show you that in just a moment. The legs, of course, like I mentioned, are very well articulated. With my other AT-AT, it was quite wobbly and precarious how it would stand up. But to be fair, the AT-AT I had was a secondhand toy, or maybe even third hand. I got it at an antique store, and it was in fairly bad condition. I remember I spent $75 on it. Can you believe it? Especially when years later I bought an AT-AT in the box at Toys R Us for $10 because they were clearancing them out. All right, so let's take a look at the vehicle itself, and we'll go into these various features. And here it is, guys. It's a lovely item, and I like the background that came with it. Now, this was inserted in the box so that you could take it out and use it as a background when you put your vehicle on display. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Press the button by accident. You can see here there's 5 snow speeders up in the air, and one crashed right there in the front. There's the main power generator, which looks kind of small for some reason. And I think there's 6 AT-ATs in the illustration. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, that's correct. Okay. So that's a nice little thing. Now, when I tried to find the instructions for this, they had them hidden in the box so well I couldn't find them until I actually removed this insert. And then the instructions came out, which I'll show you. Here they are here. Instruction man. It's not quite a manual, is it? More of a flyer than a manual. But is this folded or is this just one half a page? All right, it's folded. Okay, well, this shows the contents. The AT-AT walker. It comes with 5 figures, which, considering their size, are remarkably detailed, and a snow speeder. Excuse me, not a snow speeder. Wow, can you tell that I don't rehearse or use a script? You'd think after 300 awkward episodes, I would learn to script out or get an outline or something. This shows the battery compartment. I had trouble getting the batteries into the vehicle because I couldn't find where they went until I got the instructions. And then I got let's see, you're going to need a real small screwdriver to do this. Something this size is required in order to get the battery compartment open. So be aware of that. When you buy this, you're going to need 3 AAA batteries and a screwdriver that's this size, okay? Without this, you're not getting that cover off, trust me. Okay, on the flip side, it shows some details about the vehicle itself, showing basically the interior and whatnot. Let me show you the 5 figures that mine came with. And they're right here. It came with the AT-AT pilot, General Maximilian Veers, Luke in his Hoth snowspeeder uniform, and a couple of snow troopers. You'll notice with the snow troopers that in order to make them so they can bend their legs, that they had to abbreviate the cape on the back. You see that? You can see a little bit of it on the side, but nothing in between the legs there, because you wouldn't be able to bend the legs if you did that. But look at I don't know, can you see the details? Because the camera, for some reason, does not automatically focus. Or is it my eyes that are not automatically focusing? I was hoping to get a better detail for you. But considering how small these are, what are they, 1 inch? Not bad at all. I actually like them. Be kind of cool if they had different sets this size so you could add to your vehicle. I think I'd like to collect these, except for one minor problem. They're extremely expensive. Now, this one is part of my Christmas loot. My brother gave this to me. However, when I went to not Toys R Us, wow. Toys R Us here in Jacksonville has been gone for quite a while now. I went to Target, and they didn't have one of these there. It was sold out, but they had an Imperial Shuttle, and I think it was marked $69, $69.99, or 59, something like that. So they're pretty pricey, but they're very cool. Now let's take a look at show. What would you guys like to see first? Well, let's go with this sound effects. Now, when you press this button, it does the walking sound. Yeah, I was thinking to do that sound effect, they probably had a box with a bunch of broken glass in it. That's what it sounds like. Also, this button controls the interior lights, and I'll show you those in just a moment. Now up here, let's turn it just a little bit so that when I press the button, you can see how it lights up the control console or the cockpit. Well, I thought it would. Okay, I was afraid that would happen. I noticed that the batteries were not fitting very well in the compartment. And so now it's not going to work. Oh, I lied. There it is. So why didn't this one work? Oh, there it goes. I don't know what that was about. Can you see the red light?
Target maximum firepower.
That's General Veers speaking.
Prepare to target the main generator. All troops will debark for ground assault.
I love that guy's voice. All troops disembark for ground assault. I can't talk like that, obviously. I stutter too much. You guys have probably noticed that after 300 episodes that Iggy does not have smooth delivery. So let's try it again. So General Veers says three things, and then they have the blaster noises. That is the sound of when the light turns off. That you hear that powering down sound. All right, it's not working again. Let's see.
Prepare to target the main generator.
Well, that's interesting. In order to get this button on the top to work, you have to first press this button over here.
Target maximum firepower. All troops will debark for ground assault. Prepare to target the main generator.
Prepare to target the main generator. Now you can see that it stands pretty good. It has good stability and great articulation also. See that? My Action Fleet by Galoob AT-AT, if you stood it up like this, you had to get it just right or the thing would just, boom, over it would go. All right, so let's take a look at the interior. This is not fun to do one-handed. Sorry about that. You just can't do it one-handed. Oh, maybe I should do it that way. Here's the interior. Now here's where you put your 10 snow troopers in these chairs up here, which that's kind of cool. Then there's a docking bay for your speeder bikes, and it fits 4 of them. And it also has nice detail. And then this is a winch for lowering the speeder bike to the ground. And you put the speeder bike in here, and it's got this little wheel. And it's supposed to fit in here. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. There we go. It's back in now. Let's get the interior lights lit up, okay? It should light up when I press this button. Are they working? It's hard to tell because I have... Oh, you know what? I need to turn the flashlight off. All right, there. Look at that, guys. Isn't that cool? Just like the movie. And that is really cool. That looks like, if you didn't know better, you'd think that was an actual room. That's powering off again. Let's set it up again so you can look at it. And that is really a cool feature. So I like this quite well. And up here too. And this closes up. Also, what comes with it is, when Luke shoots that, I don't know what you'd call it, grappling hook into the bottom, and then he goes up and he throws a hand grenade into the belly of the beast, so to speak. It includes that too. So let's put this back on. It snaps on very easily. Let's get the flashlight back on again, guys. Here we go. And there you have it. This is an awesome vehicle. I like the little background that you can use for your bookshelf. Look at that. Now, wouldn't you like to have something like that in your Star Wars collection? Okay, guys, that's all I got for you this time. There are reviews of this vehicle online that are better than what I'm doing. But I am grateful that you came along to check mine out. Like I said, I don't script or practice or rehearse or do a practice video or anything like that. It's just me talking to you like we're friends sitting here looking at this thing. Like I mentioned before, the articulation in the legs is very, very good. You should be able to hear the ratchet sound if I take it down. Hear that? Snapping? It stands very well. I'm very impressed by that. And of course, the head swivels back and forth as you heard that ratchet sound. And you can put it up like that, or down, up or down, and it stays, which is kind of cool. All right, well, that's it for episode 300 of Iggy's Toy Parade and Soldier Review. For those of you who've been here since the beginning, I want to thank you for your patience and for encouraging me to continue. You'd think after 300 episodes, I would have a little bit better style of presentation, but some people have a hard time changing. I guess Iggy is a no talent, or what do they call that? A hack. Iggy's a hack. What can I say? That's all I got for you. Thank you for enlisting in the Iggy Army if you've done that recently. And if you're one of my veterans, I always love hearing your comments. And I do read them all. Some of you guys should have your own YouTube channel because you're funny. So I recommend that you do that this year. Well, that's all for this time, guys. And long live the Emperor. By the way, I'm going to make some of you mad. You know how Iggy likes to finish his videos by saying that's something that's controversial. I wish they would make a Star Wars movie where the Empire doesn't look like idiots, that they actually exhibit skillful strategy and sound tactics and defeat the rebels. effing, I almost said the word, guys. I'm effing tired of seeing stormtroopers that get shot down, and it's like, why bother? This is not even a challenge. It's boring. That's why I liked Rogue One, because at least they killed a couple people and hit their targets occasionally. So Rogue One, I recommend you that. In fact, I'm thinking about watching that tonight. Okay, well, since we are doing Star Wars, instead of going to Roy's Ranch, let's go to the cantina at Mos Eisley. You'll never find a greater den of villainy than Mos Eisley. So let's go there. It sounds like a safe place to hang out, right? I'm sure the Jawas will not steal your hubcaps when you park your car. All right, guys, that's it for Iggy. Stay frosty.